Good morning, class. We are going to have transition methods, a review for the science class 5 and 6 today. Yes, we had a look at it last week, and tonight we are just going to nail it down. We have it wrapped up and then call it a one case for our periodic table. And while looking at the transition methods, we say these are the typical methods, the common methods that you come across, and among in our periodic table, they take the pink part, the middle part, the D block elements. All these are transition metals. Yes, we leave out these two because they have other elements which partly put them in the transition metals and partly put them away. So we leave them out. That is why they are down. But take the pink part, those are the transition metals. And among the examples, we commonly have copper, we have iron, zinc, gold, mercury, cobalt, and nickel. These are the common examples we can come across, but of course we have a number of them. There are many. We can't exhaust them all. And among the characteristics we have, they are hard, like any metal, it is hard. They are shiny, like they have that shiny surface, shine appearance. They are good conductors of heat and electricity, like any metal, like they can easily conduct heat and electricity. They have high boiling point and low melting point. Like it is hard for them to boil when you put them under hot temperatures, and it's hard to have them melt. And it's hard to have them melt when you over cool them. When you over put them under high temperatures, it's hard to have them melt and it's hard to have them boil. Like they'll never boil, like boiling water and create bubbles and stuff. They will do what you want minus them that. Then some metals have got good magnetic properties, like we looked at cobalt and nickel. We said they are very good at magnetic properties. Then you have their ductile. They can easily be molded and formed into different shapes. You can roll them to a ball, you can strike them to a pipe, you can bend them, you can do different shapes from them. So that's the ductility in them. And then when we come to the uses, each use that you come across for them will have a certain characteristic where it lies. Like usually we say commonly they are used in electrical wiring. This is like the commonest use. It is where we usually use them. And this is because of a certain characteristic here. And if we could take a pause and then see which characteristic among these ones could correspond to electrical wiring. Why would we use them for electrical wiring? What is that property they do require for them to be used in electrical wiring? Could you take a guess from these ones? What could it be? I believe some of you have already got it. And just like what you've got, it's what I have. Yeah, they have good conductors of electricity. We see on property number 3 that they are good conductors of heat and electricity. And since they are good conductors of electricity, we can easily use them for electrical wiring. So then we come to the second use. And the second use, we say they are used in heating elements because why are they used in heating elements? Again, it lies under the characteristics. And this one, even if I don't talk about it, I have a feeling you've already got it. Unless if you still find it hard to get it. Yeah, they have good conductors of heat. So they are used in heating elements. And then number 3, they are used in thermometers as thermometric liquids. The example here, best example is mercury. We have it as in liquid form being used in the normal thermometers. Not the digital thermometers, but these normal thermometers where we have a liquid that goes up when the temperature is high and the liquid that goes down when the temperature is low. Like you've seen them. If you've not seen them, you can research about liquid thermometers, then they'll show you. The liquid there is usually mercury, which is a transition metal. And since it has a high boiling point, it's hard for it to boil. It doesn't matter how sick you are, it doesn't matter whether the temperature is so high. Like nowadays they say coronavirus, you have a high temperature. Even if your temperature is very high, use that thermometer, the liquid there will not boil. It will just go up to show that it has increased with temperature. Then used in different metallic products like pipes and sheets, because of course still just like the ones above, we have a property here that corresponds to that. And They are ductile. Like, since we can mold them into different shapes, different pipes, we can make them longer, we can roll them, we can draw holes in them, like we can do anything with them. We can make them appear differently. We can use them to make pipes, we can make them to make sheets, iron sheets or what, sheets of metal. They can become anything because they are ductile. And having looked at the uses, these are not the only uses. Of course, we have other uses which we will come across. And each use, if you take a look, you'll see that it has a property that accepts it to be used and used under transition metals. Now, uh, if we take time and look at the three common ones, we are going to be looking at copper, iron, and zinc in details. If we were to look at copper, we are going to see that copper under its properties, good, it is a good conductor of electricity, and thus it is used for wiring. If you could look at most of the things we use in our lab to connect electricity, you're going to see these connecting wires. Inside them we have what we call copper wires. Then on top, this white thing is an insulator. And why we use an insulator? Just to store, like, so that we do not have electric shock and stuff, because this copper wire will conduct electricity to us and then we'll have shocks. Then we have this on top to protect us. But what you have inside is a copper wire. It is used for electrical wiring simply because it is a good conductor of electricity. And the other thing, it slowly corrodes. Like, it takes time for it to rust. And thus, it is used in plumbing and roofing materials, like plumbing pipes, the ones that where they use water and stuff. We use it because it will take time for it to rust. It will take time. Okay, it does react, but it takes time for it to react with water, where we have oxygen, to create rust. And next, we can look at the zinc and then iron. If you are to look at zinc, zinc as a property is gray, it is shiny, it has most of these properties apart from this. It has poor magnetic properties. But again, it can be attractive. However, when you look at some of the examples where we use zinc for the batteries in the casing. If you get a battery like this and then you remove the paper outside, like this, you remove this paper, what you see, the metallic thing that you come to is a zinc metal. We call it zinc casing. We use it because it is a good conductor of electricity and heat. You just remove this, what you have is a zinc case. Then when you come to these pill batteries, the ones that we use in our watches, again, inside them we have zinc. Due to its conductivity, we use it inside, so it is used everywhere. And we have other uses for zinc and other uses for iron and copper in our bodies, like we use them biologically, like we need them in our food supplements and we use them, like they have other importances, which you're going to come across when you do some research. And our assignment today, we are going to research about zinc and iron. And here you're going to look at the two properties of zinc and two uses. Then two properties of iron and two uses. And then write them on a sheet of paper or behind your science books. You can open your science books, the normal books, and write them there. If you do not have them, just get one sheet of paper and write the properties two and then two uses, two properties of iron and two uses. And then when they bring your lab books, because I've been told your lab books are not there, they are going to bring them to you. When they bring them, make sure to lab book the zinc and the iron. Then transition metals. You go to your lab book, and the sheet where we have transition metals, there, just open, write characteristics, then open it, write two characteristics of copper and the uses. The fourth sheet, you come across zirconium. Instead of zirconium, you're going to remove it and put there, you're going to put there zinc. So you just whitewash this, put there zinc, and then change this. Put there zinc symbol, zinc name, zinc mass number, zinc atomic number, zinc mass number. Then write two properties of zinc and then the two uses. You do the same for iron. For iron, it is already there. You just write two properties of iron and then the two uses. That is your assignment for today. Like lab book, the transition metals. That is when they bring you lab books. I understand they are not there, but for now, before they bring them, you're going to do research on zinc and iron. Just get to properties and to uses. You can take time and read about the other biological uses for the three in our bodies, like why do we need them as food supplements. For example, we have iron in all the lipids, the juices that we take. Why do we need it? Why do we need zinc? Why do we need iron? Why is it that we say you lack iron? So this is that you have iron deficiency. Why? You can take time and research about those ones before they bring your laptops. Nice time.